Hello comrades, today I want to show you what I made for playing Beat Saber. This is actually kind of a real sword mounted to the Oculus Quest 2 controller, right? And so what it does, you can play a Beat Saber using this, using the real training sword from the historical European martial arts, using the historical European martial arts sword. HEMA sword, which is Ex-Calibur from Playwell shop, and it's a polypropylene, a very heavy and very balanced sword, so you can actually see how it is. And then it's mounted a little kind of like that, but you will say that it's mounted upside down, and it's okay because in the Beat Saber game you can actually do this. You can configure this thing to be upside down when you hold it. It's specially made for third-party accessories. So, and then yes, I made the second one, so for playing with two hands, right? It's kind of heavy, a bit heavy for two hands, but it's a good exercise. And you see, it's like a real deal. So this is like a quite heavy and quite chunky piece of equipment, right? And disclaimer straight away, don't do this if you are not sure about your surroundings. You can easily damage property, you can even kill someone. It's a really dangerous thing. You can have a disability, so use it only like only adults can use it, and adults who know what they're doing. So I have no responsibility on what you're gonna do if you make similar one. Yeah, just a disclaimer, right? But if you know what you're doing and you have a lot of space around you guys, you will have a lot of fun with this. As I'm saying, this is real deal, so you can swing it real quick. So, and if you have a lot of space, it just suggest you to have a lot of space. You can play very intense games. So here is the example of how I'm playing it, and you guys also can perhaps, if you want to see how I made this, with all the products in the description, links are in the description, and in the end of the video I will explain how I made this thing. As promised, now I will explain how to mount Oculus Quest 2 controller to this sword. All you need for that, so you need a controller itself, you will need a handle for playing Beat Saber from AMVR or any other similar handle. Of course you will need the sword itself. It's a polypropylene full contact HEMA sword. Right, this model is called Ex-Calibur. It's from Playwell martial arts company. Right, and the last but not least, you will need also a loop like that. It's kind of a Velcro strap. I have a particular one called IT tape, and it's a multi-purpose hook and loop fastener thing, right? So we can assemble it in less than a minute, but now let me just show you how I do it. So I take a controller and I put the controller into this Beat Saber handle. You just make sure that you have this coming out of there. You have this string coming out of there, and you need to secure it. It comes with this another Velcro strap, like you can just put it here, right? So secure it, make sure it holds, and that's it. So now it's like kind of ready for play a Beat Saber using this handle, and it's quite good. Actually, I played it. It's good, but it's not as fun as actually using a real sword. And so to attach it to the real sword, you just position your controller like that, take the sword, and you just kind of put it through this ring, right? And you put it like that. Secure it on the blade. Secure it on the blade like that with your hand. Take the strap and loop it around. Just try to make it a bit tight. Right, so now it's kind of almost good as it is, but there is some possibility of movement, vertical movement, right? So we want to secure it with the string here. Put it, but it's not kind of secure enough. You can play it like that, but the good idea would be to take another zip, another Velcro strap, and just strap it around. You just first of all see how you're gonna hold it, right? If you're gonna hold it like that, so you put this and loop it around here, secure it on the handle. Somehow you can have your own designs, like pretty much. This one holds it in place over here, and now it's very, very secure and super secure. And then you can use it, you can test it first, like test it real, and it's not going anywhere, right? So when you swing, full swings, anything, it goes, it's very secure. And now I'm gonna show you how to map it in the software, so you will not have the swords upside down. Now let me explain how I configured that my sword is facing correct direction, so it's not, because the controller, as you see, is upside down, but it's facing the correct direction. It's done in the settings here. So we go to the settings in the Beat Saber menu. We go to the settings, we go to the controllers, and as you see here, my value for rotation X is 178, right? By default it's around 0, right? And it's just upside down for me, right? So let's go to the 0. Let's go to the 0. Like, yeah, it's kind of, you see, it's just upside down as expected, right? This is default value. What we want to do, we want to configure it to be 178, so it's more or less closer to home, right? And I just adjusted one by one using this button here, and I'm peeking through my my headset so I can see the sword and actually how it maps to my virtual sword. So okay, so 178 looks kind of good, right? There is another setting I kind of have. You see, as you see the handle, I kind of hold it in my hand here. So the thing is that this setting, position Z, so by default it's around 0 as well. So the handle is kind of right here, so I don't like it. And so I go all the way here. So I kind of feel that I'm holding it in my hand. And so now it's perfect. You can configure other values, rotations, other positions, just to see that it needs to kind of perfectly correspond to your real sword, right? And then you go to you click OK, and then you want to test it. So the best way to test it, you go to solo mode, you select Zen mode and any song, take 2 swords and click play, right? There is my other sword, and let's just see how they're mapping, right? And I see they're mapping perfectly. I can even do this for the following test. Okay. Thanks for watching, comrades, and see you in the next video.